But trust me, even if they can come any day, I'll go out. I won't die inside the house. I can go out.
Councillor Nkosi, good evening and welcome to the exclusive interview with you tonight, being the 18th of August 2026.
Lishonile DVK and to Reba from Humble Media, Spartan 100 or 100 Spartan. Together with the Golden Circle was 013. I was top Emalahleni FM. I can see you here with Bengi News. Local is Laker, and they are indeed. I had to honor the exclusive. I don't know if you will call it breaking news. Or a podcast or media briefing, but whatever that you might call it. And to the viewers and listeners at home, for all these local online area radio station, media houses, charity begins at home. So to the viewers at home, I'm elated to be here. As much as I wanted my silence to speak for itself, but at times we have to respond because there are two sides in each and every story.
In each and every story, yes.
That's why I have at the end to honor this. I didn't know that there are plus 4, 5 media houses that will hear, but yeah, I'm so grateful and happy that I'm here. I'm calling a fee. Senkhona. Ngidongalela ukuthi nitsini.
Right.
Then we'll leave no stone unturned.
Okay, no, thank you so much. As you've heard, ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Mswati Nkosi. And of course, let's just see Mova as to tell us a bit more about ubani umduduzo. Where were you born and bred, actually? Let's start it there, because I think mele from the root nje sizokhuphuka nayo.
No, I'm going to cool. Allow me to use both Siswati and English to accommodate some. I know Humble Media will interpret where needed. And today, I'm very energetic or vivacious to make sure that I respond. Mswati, it's a young man, a very meticulous a human being, born, bred and buttered in Komazi, Tamawewe, known as Mkobotsi, 15. Started schooling at Sokas Lower Primary School, and then finished my matric at Manzolwandle under the late principal Madlen Kosengomane. We used to call him Sinyaka. Mkobotsi, those who don't know, is Nosbali La Payana in the kingdom of the Zulu nation.
Okay.
King Mrs.
Oh, okay.
Mesopotamia, I think it's just in a corner of Swaziland and Maputo, but still within South Africa.
Within South Africa, yes.
That's what I can say. And yeah, I won't go further personally. And so that I allow you to lead and take the discussions.
Okay.
With your other media houses.
All right. No, thank you so much. And thanks for also honoring this invitation to basically come here and clear the air and all that. So now, kindly tell us a bit more about your political journey. When and how did you start politics?
Yeah. I can say in courses while I was still in Manzolwane, we were part. There was this guy called Shagabundu, Nabomatswareni at that time. Shagabundu, remember that style that used, there was a group called Shagabundu, remember? I'm a bit older than you, or most of you here. It's just that I'm still handsome, you see, and taking care of myself. So they used to do this Nelles Besunkulu. So we closed the gates there. It was the first time Manzulwane kuvalwa igate neepomporo zamakari and so forth. By then, COSAS was led by our comrade, I think comrade Desmond at provincial level, if I'm not mistaken. And then, political, I came to the now difficult Witbank College. I remember he was a lecturer from Fosman. Abom George, beginalo mntu ulebekathanda ukuhamba ngebhayisikili, abom Mkapani, Witbank College. Though I don't think I owe the public much because now the difficult Witbank College is called Ngangala TVET College. The transition from Witbank College to Ngangala, we were part.
Oh, you were
part
of that.
10 courses there. And I happened therefore to drop N4 because of the situation at home. My mom had gone through certain health problems.
Okay.
As an elder brother, I had now to take care of the family at a very tender age. I had to drop out, but at least I'm unlike many who have been in SARS-CoV, SCO, or PASMA. By then, Witbank College used to have PASMA. When they came, we were already there. Though we were still young, participating in SARS-CoV. Those who think Sibakamu, which I don't have a problem with that. And from then, therefore, Abosmogile Motlakwane, who's now a CTW, can attest. In Fosman, it was only one ward led by the late Willie Babela, who was also a contractor fixing roads or working with track N4, who therefore said by then ANC be joinwa the form, not the online.
Okay.
I'm sorry to drop names, but umuntu engafikela in the ANC office at this building, it's Franz, or they call him Franco.
Okay.
Who took me to the then regional organizer, not Ulafi, then was Pete Melo. He was driving I think a Nissan Baki, and then that Pete Milo took me to the late also Domingwane, who was one of the longest serving regional secretary of Nkangala. And then I joined the ANC using my own money. No one paid for me. That was way back 2005.
Okay.
So you can count from 2005 until 2026, how many years political. When I participated, 2006, Fosman was therefore divided into two. That's when we had to lead a campaign for Moses Mhlanga, who's a former MKVA or a political freedom fighter, to be a Ward councillor of Ward 8, and there was therefore Ward 9 that then included Kwamtonzi Villagas, which is Kriwa.
Okay.
Led a campaign of Sunday Matugula to be a councillor, the first councillor of the ward. I was the first branch chairperson of the ANC clique in Ward 9. And then the second branch secretary after the late Mandla Mlangeni, the former PMS employee and the former first youth manager of Emalahleni. We used to call him Power. May his soul rest in peace. Those are part of the guys that raised me. But the person who was always closer is Bongile Muhlakwane. We call him Pempe. But to recruit, I can say, I joined voluntary for myself politically, and that's what I can say, unless there are further questions politically, because I can't go to my credentials. We can take the whole day.
The whole day,
politically, which I don't think that we are here only for political matters. But I'll be free to answer any question, and I'll leave no stone unturned. Viewers at home, get ready for the breaking news. As a lot of people ask me for breaking news, and I leave as if I'm the one organizing this. Thank you so much.
All right, no, thank you, Mr. Nkosi. A whole lot of people actually, they associate you with the former deputy president, the late, may his soul rest in peace, Babu Titi Mabuza. May you kindly perhaps share a bit on that one, that association, as to how has it come about?
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. I think Comrade Didi, as a former educator before being MEC, I think agriculture, then he was once a member of the National Assembly before coming back, contesting positions in the organization. I remember Local Showground. I was very young. Our comrades, Mashilo, the late Mamlina Malachi, they were leading us to support Comrade Lasichuayo. And I can say I was supporting Comrade Lasichuayo, but the delegate from my ward, which was none other than the Mungas, changed mandate of the branch when we arrived there. It was raining at Lowfeld Showground. And I can tell you I was supporting Comrade Lasichuayo from Emalahleni. He was a political prisoner, and whom was once a mayor of Mbombela, but from Emalahleni. Maybe they were also insulting and calling him names in Mbombela, saying Mangwi from Witbank or Emalahleni. South Africa belongs to all who live in it. The matter of another day, but in short, I knew Didi from Local Showground. As much as I was not supporting Comrade Didi, I was able to even have a contact of Comrade Didi then. He was MEC Darkland, Land Development, Agriculture and Land Administration, if I remember very well. And then we had to meet again at Fish Eagle. And I can attest, we're supporting about Povungana. Yeah, Povungana. Then like in Denisa, who's the former ANC chairperson of Ngangala, who direct the product up there before Stephen Gobain, first Materiula, after Bona, about Tabas, about Sunday, and then it was ourselves, the regime. Didi was one kind of a person whom a lot of people said, Begapana Iman. And he taught me to be grounded and to be loved by the public and to serve, not to lead people, and to be firm and never be afraid to speak my mind, never be afraid to question whomever, so that when I question now, one day they might send me somewhere. He even said, one day you can be a commissioner or an ambassador. If you keep on agreeing with everything, you'll be sent somewhere to represent your country. And you'll be an embarrassment. You must not be afraid to ask questions so that you learn, profit, and transplant this knowledge to others. So I knew the deed to that. And I remember he's the first, I think, provincial chairperson to come up with this innovative ideas of having an ANC truck, batteries and all that. And seated here politically, that very same DD advised that Nkangala must also have their own batteries. And without fear or favor, with the volunteers of Emalahleni and Steve Chwete, which is Witbank and Middelburg. I was the first person to buy an ANC bag in Kangal. The ANC bag, the first one in Kangal, branded with sound system. We were the first. Even papers, I know one of the volunteers have to submit them. And it was handed over. We still have that proof to show that we laughed at the organization then. I don't know now going forward, but the volunteers together, we bought that bag, unlike Mungamunge, and we planned a very huge surprise. I remember the Duduz Manana, who's now an NEC member, a head of national organizing, or a chairperson of the national organizing, was part of that meeting. But I give thanks to the volunteers and some good Samaritans, because we bought that bad cash, and we took about 3 years. We branded it where DD was branding his own packages.
Okay.
Something that it was DD bag, but the ANC in the region, especially Comrade Sinomacho, who's the RS, can attest that it was because of the volunteers of Emalahleni, Steve Chwede, and Mswati that bought the first vehicle. The Toyota, I can show it even if it can, they can be 10. So yeah, political, I think it's that. Unless you want me to go my credentials, where have I served, of which
no, that one
you are not alone, but politically, that's what I can say. And I have an interrupted membership for the past 2 decades of my beloved organization. That is, we have taken it into tatters because of hatred, greediness, and spreading lies just because I want Riba to give me money or to buy me material of having a media house, and pushing others away that are maybe a bit having knowledge or ideological perspective, going to leadership to seek, what can I say, recognition or deployment. The organization that I certainly loved and attached to. That's what we have done for this organization. And part of my activism, a lot test. You can go to history. History can tell where we have actively participated politically if we haven't left footprints. I think I will pause there because I can see 013. It's they are giving me time to respond, and then once they speak to me with pattern, I have to pause. Thank you.
No, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. If you've just joined us, it is an exclusive interview with Mr. Mduduzi Mswati Gankosi, who's currently the MMC, basically, for development planning at the Nkangala District Municipality. I know you're watching across all over the world, actually, wherever you may be watching from or listening from. We are in South Africa, in Mpumalanga, and of course, that is what we are discussing right now. His political journey as well as his journey at large. Right. So now, Mr. Nkosi, going back to the most recent regional conference at the Witbank Dam, there were so many tensions, and hearing along the sidelines, it was seemingly quite obvious that you wouldn't return. But we saw something quite different to that. What happened?
Yeah, the recent, I think, let me just take you to the previous regional conference where Emalahleni had the regional secretary.
Okay.
I think it was for the first. But I can tell you, the regional treasurer that was elected there, the letter that was sent to the electoral office was forged. But because of the love of the organization, we kept quiet, because we know that she wasn't even around the country, wasn't. It can't be there contesting chairperson and your deputy chairperson as Emalahleni. It's either you withdraw or stabula, not to kill me or murder me, meaning
Okay.
I won't make it. And because branches had nominated me, I said, yeah, because you can't tell me what to contest and what not. I'm not an object. I am not an object. I belong to the masses. Before I'm a member of the organization of Abotatu Kaizana, even in taverns. But Emalahleni has got recorders. You won't go to other submissions and find it. It was highly funded. And the organization, because it is a caring organization, you differ to agree. But some who are recently recruited, they come there with the persona grata, personalizing it. They won't want you to be part. If this one come with an idea of communication is wrong, if this one is able to pose certain questions to leadership is wrong, we no longer want that. We just want the person who say, agreed to, agreed, you see. So the last one in the Witbank Dam, trust me, I was going to make it. It was the issue of Jan. I was going to make it inside the conference. And trust me, some delegates from other suffragists, they never had a problem with me. It was here at home. You see, if you're not needed at home, as umntwana abantwana lakhaya bakushaya abakuphathi kahle, and then umakhelwane if bakubona une-capacity or potential yokuthatha, because lamhlabeni I don't really ibona intandane while there are other people, human beings abaphila. But yeah, I'm part of the executive. I'm part of the RSC collective, and yeah, we are trying. We are moving. With time, we'll be okay. Rome was not built in one day, but yeah, I never made it in the conference, and because of maybe the organization has invested in me, I was courted, and I've got same powers as everyone there. It's just that my problem is that I like asking questions. If I don't understand something, I ask. I'm running away from Aboriba, Nabodi, the Emalahleni FM. If they ask me, you resolve on this. Why? So some, if you ask why, leaders don't want to respond. And they instead of like capacitating you so that whenever you go, if you are asked, you are able to respond. So that people can now accept. So I'm not a person who agreed to agree. No. And I don't want to be associated with such people. I want people to learn and unlearn. I want people to read documents. I want people to debate issues so that as I grow by uplifting others. That's me, leaving a legacy and leaving footprint. But now it's a matter under the bridge. But that conference, indeed, it was highly funded. If there was police and security, and there were indeed police and security cars that were coming there. If you can see that business people were running that conference, especially from here in Emalahleni. Okay. I don't want to involve officials of the municipality because they're not part of all these things. Okay. Whatever that you might ask me about officials, I respond because I don't want us to, what do you say, to crack something that is trying to crown. So yeah, I never made it, but now DVK, I'm your RSC member, bruh. Of the living organization. We might now be having 50-50 because it's 34 councillors of the organization. Yeah, currently, as we are speaking, I'm still your RSC. I don't know at the end of the interview if I'm still going to be your RSC or not as part of your breaking news.
And I think we shall be commencing our live broadcast, which is a simulcast. A simulcast meaning we are broadcasting on various on various yeah, let me get some water as well. Yeah, we have started, ladies and gentlemen. The broadcast has resumed from all various digital platforms. We do have on the panel acoradio.airtime.pro. Do have 013 Golden Circle. It's on TikTok. I know they are currently live. Emalahleni FM News, I also see them. They are also there, as well as Humble Media. It is also there. Humble Media Group, it's also there. 100 Spartans Media is also there. Wheatbank News, alles Uagiso met ons. So we are continuing with our conversation. Still in conversation with Mswati Nkosi, talking about the aftermath of hashtag Mswati must fall. So there's a couple of issues that he has spoken about. There's a couple of issues that he's spoken about, and we're still going to continue to divulge on more of the issues. You did mention, and welcome back, and thank you so much. I guess you had enough time to stretch and all that.
Yeah,
Before we took a break, you spoke about your feet, or rather your leg having been shot and all that, and we haven't spoken actually about the shooting in particular, as to how did it happen, who did it, and why. If you could kindly, if you are at liberty to speak about that, kindly share with us your experience with the shooting, as to who did it, why did they do it, and how did the family react, as well as how they felt actually after all that has happened in your life.
Let me be instantaneously respond to this, what you just asked about. Instantaneously meaning quickly respond. It was around September. I was still mourning my brother as an elder. I was because of this, I was buying my farm, and it happens that let me not go to my security details in the farm.
Okay.
On how I was able to spot not even my neighbors, you see, because we have got neighborhood, because I'll be tampering with our security there. But let me just say, gentlemen came, and then they were spotted or seen, and then I used the back door to went out because I do have a firearm. I was like, I can't die inside my house, because you can see that they were now coming closer. But lucky enough, my neighbors already spotted and all that. But what surprises me is that my neighbors called police and they never responded. If I can tell you that it's only the provincial police, and I don't know the other department or unit in the provincial police that came. By then, MEC responsible for security safety was not Jackie Massey, it was Vosishaw. But it's them who responded, I think, after more than 20 hours the incident had taken place, which was around 2021. And I was there for, my family took me to another place. But yeah, the police came, they are yellow things, or I can call them not danger tapes, those tapes. They found a lot of like bullets, different kind of bullets. Other ones were, I think, from the house, they were plus maybe a kilometer, because it's a farm.
Okay.
And then the others were that side. But yeah, the then MEC Vusishonge can explain proper. I think there are plus, I think 3-4 different kind of firearms. And yeah, my doctor who did the operation to remove the bullet can attest that it wasn't my firearm, because some said I shot myself, seeking sympathy. I'm not here for sympathy. I don't need support. I don't need favors. I don't need anything from anyone. I just love people. I love life. I want to work with people. But my doctor can attest. He's here at Life Cosmos. I was therefore taken to a hospital in.
Okay, how many shots shot you? Actually, how many shots hit you?
One.
And how many shots did you hear on the?
No, there were a lot of shots, because the moment maybe I moved the house, there were shots fired. Even on the quarry, in my farm, there's a quarry, there were shots fired. My shots, I think there were about 7, mine. But there were more than 23 cartridges found. So I'm just becoming emotional, because I know that one day the firearms that might have been used, because if there were 3 firearms other than mine, there it tells that they were coming to finish or to do a business or to execute whatever plan. But trust me, even if they can come any day, I'll go out. I won't die inside the house. I can go out. The person who comes to me must come face to face. That's how. At the back, it will be difficult for you to find me. So, in short, the matter, I'm just becoming emotional, because how it went, how the response time. My wife have to drive me. People at Cosmos, they were so worried. This is Mswati, and ambulance and all that, police, what that. More than 20 hours for police to respond, up until the province responded. But it's not a problem. Yeah, it happened and it has passed. I might be a bit disabled because I can't walk proper now. I'm no longer doing even the greatest train race. I've got about 7 medals for the greatest train race from Middleburg to here. We used to start from Middleburg, and then at the end we're doing downward. I'm no longer doing it because I can't run more than the 3 kilometers without or stay for more than 2 hours. But I'm with all due respect, I'll be happy if you just post that one.
Okay.
They said that as much as they are closing it, one day they might find such people who did that, because guns are linked because of the number of or the serial numbers. I hope that one day they found those people, and I don't want to insinuate and say it was political.
All right, let's
because I'm
let's
not
park that one for now.
I'm not in business with any person.
Yeah.
Whatever that I'm doing it alone, and yeah, whatever that happened, it happens for a reason, and I don't wish it to happen to anyone, because it affected not only me but people around me. I just think about those who are around me who might think, what if they think it's me who did that to him? And I'm like, let the will of God happen. Amatonga awalali.
All right. Okay, yeah, let's just pack that one. I'm now going back to Kwakuka extensions. There was a very famous transformer. think it was 128 kV or something of that sort. It was even given a name of that particular sort according to its walls and all that. However, it is alleged that 14.5 million rands, I stand to be corrected. It is alleged that it was stolen during the period. And I think you were still in with Emalahleni local municipality at the time. Do you by any chance know anything in relation to that particular transmitter? Because I remember people of Kwakuka extensions in Emalahleni, they were without electricity for the longest time, for weeks and weeks without electricity supply. And a transformer was later said to have been purchased, and later we heard stories that 14.5 million rands had disappeared for some reason. Do you by any chance know anything in relation to that?
Yeah. You see, some people will think that coming here, it's because we are talented or gifted on being loquacious. We are not very talkative. I'm not a loquacious person. If you allow, I can play you this video of people who went to buy the transformer or who went to collect the transformer. I've got their video.
Okay.
Of people who went to go to buy that transformer or to collect the transformer.
Is it people who are known to the public?
Part of my collective. I wasn't involved.
You were not involved.
I don't come to supply chain management processes. Allow officials to, you see, part of our problem is that we suppress officials in executing their mandate as per pieces of legislation. We suppress them or we demand that they do that. If not, we therefore undermine them with junior officials who will give us mungamu. Processes of buying anything in the municipalities are for the supply chain, the manager finance, the CFO, definitely with the MM signing off anything above certain number of digits. So I was not involved. The only time I was involved was when we engaged the then Minister of Department of Mineral Resources and Energy, which is now Department of Mineral Resources and Petroleum.
Okay.
Honorable Mandash Samson, known as Kwete or Tiger. He assisted us using I think the Mining Council of South Africa. They bought the transformer for Emalahleni. I think it was cheaper, more than $1 million, if not 2 million, in what we bought. I was not involved in that. I can see Bas Kruger. Even when I asked Bas Kruger to, by the way, Bas Kruger will have interviewed me before your good selves as you requested. I'm the one that requested Bas Kruger. You requested to interview me or to do the podcast, but I requested Bas Kruger when I bought a Mercedes-Benz vehicle. I can't tell you the source of my income. You rather bring a finance regulator or declaration to see that whatever that I have, I do it proper and I declare.
Okay.
And I don't do things with government. People think government can do everything. So Bas Kruger said, I bought that bus because of a transformer man. I was not involved even when it was to be picked up. I remember Councillor Rudolph, Councillor Muela, the one that were there. And I was never even called to say the transformer has arrived, call the public and councillors. The one that was bought by the municipality. And if there must be investigations, I'm saying
Let the public, because the public has got a right to go to Chapter 9 institutions and institute that there be investigations. Trust me, if there are irregularities. But if the transformer was bought proper, then what's the problem? Because people wanted electricity. It has been a number of weeks without electricity. But I wasn't involved. Those are matters of supply chain management, and I don't even know the name of the contractor. But I can tell you it was plus 14 million, and the one of the Mining Council of South Africa was around 12 million. It means that Kwakuka has got 2 transformers, or we have got a spare. So unless there have been issues now, but it means we've got a spare of that 132 kV.
Okay, because now you were part of the municipality at the time. Perhaps we should be getting the facts from you whether we do indeed, in actual fact, have 2.
Now let me confirm. I'm not stopping you.
Yes.
I'm confirming that the Mining Council of South Africa bought a transformer for us as a municipality. It wasn't for Esnamin, it was for the municipality.
Yes.
And the municipality bought a transformer. So we have got 2, unless during the winter season, since then there have been issues. But we do have 2.
Okay.
And the transformers are insured. Definitely they've been insured. But people must pay services for them, for the transformers to be maintained and serviced. Let me tell you facts. I'm not against as and when contractors, but we must build internal capacity and employ people. We have got a bursary scheme that started during Mandla Mlangeni, the late power. We are taking kids to school of Emalahleni, but when they come back, they are not even absorbed by the very same municipality. What do you call that? I can proudly say Abo Queen have been absorbed by the municipality. But whom else that we issue a bazaar? So this thing of the transformers, when it's winter, will rely on as and when. That will make markup. Let's build internal capacity. Our municipality go to the organogram. Their organogram, or the organizational structure. Ngalama official ngati umasipala basebenzi bamasipala bakanjani. It's something that is way back, maybe 5-10 years ago. Umasipala so ukhulile manje. We have got 36 wards. We have got close to 500,000 to plus maybe 600,000 population. But abasebenzi, they are stuffed. Then lama transformers omashaka because kumele service summer towards winter, you must service them. And don't rely on as and when contractors. Build your own capacity. Ulanda masocha botsepo maseko former councillor or outgoing councillor ngokutaka. They were trained such in SNDF. Bring SNDF to assist the municipality on such matters. So ainga kama transformer la maintain wako. Either ma auto transformers, ideal transformers, la Emalahleni, so that ube ready for winter. It's rare. How transformer exposed our guard? As we are speaking, there are allegations that the security wanted to tuliwe Emalahleni la kusebenza khona i-Techroviet le ezinambeni lena la ubhekela kwazansi. Abantu bofuna ama-pump nama-electrical cable. Our municipality must have drones. They must call you. How can we have innovative ideas of protecting our infrastructure without human resource capital? Because bazobabulala labantu nabafika labantu abatshontsha ama-cable or labafuna ama-pumps. And we have got young people that can come with such, even your good selves. So the matter of the transformer, trust me, it costed one mayor to be reshuffled. It costed the mayor to be reshuffled. And we were not happy about that. When that mayor was reshuffled because of that. But it's a matter, it's something that had to happen. Good 2 hours, I was next to him. It's just that my point is that asambeni yena wafuna ukusala address abantu. But it costed her to be reshuffled, and it was painful. He was trying to address lapha. He save Emalahleni or what. Bebanukmeeta i7 labo bantu. But bebanukubamita echamber. I've never met with them. Our George Ukele now is an MPL. I think he's advancing interest of Emalahleni lapha at stage. So the matter of the transformer, no, my brother, I can show you now people who were advancing that matter. I have it here with me now. I can show you here. Here are they. Here are they. Huh? Huh? Huh?
I say AI.
You can prove it.
Okay.
Especially for Mpagati. You don't compromise.
So I don't speak. I'm not involved. I wasn't involved. I can't be involved in supply chain. Instead, I must derive bylaws. I must make sure that bylaws are responsive to what the community have. So people just like to lie. Remember that, as I said, that like current when people like Mswati is leaving and all that, we'll talk about that because I know those people why they did that. I'll tell you why some were influencing, some were even paid just to speak about it. I'm so even angry that some councillors even had to resign. The mayor had to reshuffle people. I believe in engaging before you take such harsh decisions. Or else we lose a lot of people. One vote is a lot. You can say, hambani nongumthwalo asimdingi. One vote is a lot. What 10? Go. Ningabuzi mina. Hambani IEC nibuze ukuthi sawina ngangaphi amawodi. Hambe what 26 uye what 27 ubuze ukuthi sawina ngangaphi amawodi. But the issue of the transform, as political leadership, councillors, MPs and MPS, we must not interfere on the work of officials. Must give officials responsibilities for them to account or to respond or to make recommendations. Oversight committees must play oversight. Executive must not play oversight over themselves. That's government.
Okay. So now, speaking of, because I can see and sense there's a bit of governance issue as well as in terms of spatial planning, as much as you said that Emalahleni is forever growing and there's high demand of certain essential services and all that. Now that you are at the district level, you are now overseeing 7 municipalities. There is the district municipality, which is principal to the 6 municipalities, which is Victor Kanye, Emalahleni, Dr. J. Roka, Tembisile Hani, Emakazeni, Emalahleni, and Steve Chwet. What changes or improvements are necessary? What are the gaps that you've seen so far? Okay. What needs to be done? And what is the plan in relation within the district municipality in terms of fixing all those gaps that we have?
No, one, in terms of mandates, the district is given mandates that are unfunded.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the public protesting against a minister, against an MEC, against a PR councillor, or against a district council? People who are suffering are the ward councillors. I've never been a ward councillor, but people that are mostly suffering are ward councillors because they stay with the community full time. And they must provide answers. You'll find that the ward councillor don't have an answer. He's relying on a PR councillor who's an MMC. Or the mandate is for the province or national. Like police. Mandate, law enforcement. Aboshima can't arrest people. They are law enforcers. They can enforce bylaws, open a case, and hand over you to the police. Then the police might find that, no, you are not guilty. We must get Ujaji started to learn a ban as a court manager and bring him to the municipality or Ujaji lower retire la payan, Simenza la payan, city umaspala in the Bayakema fine was a court every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I've got revenue generation strategy of the municipality. Mondays, Wednesday and Fridays. Certain hot matters that are mangane kuze kungaqwali control aswenzele lapha kamasipala. Umasipala generate man. Unfunded mandate, I mean, as a district, why can't the province give us licensing? Kuqala i-arto manje abanye bayazi. Abayinikeza bomatlejwane so that uSipho Mahlangu CFO enza imali, uMM akhone ukwenzani, ukuqasha abantu, uzobaqasha njani anga generate revenue. I-licensing, do you know ukuthi umasipala uthola maybe a management fee, imali yale ku province. Mara abantu abatoyitoyela abantu, i-law enforcement labo Andrews Bande. No matlejwane. Nabo mavuso lapha yana umehlo makhulu. Oba utoyitoyela abantu abale ku province. Mara imali iya kuphi ku province. Imali yama truck iya kuphi? Iya ku province. Mara lezi indlela bangena la kuma internal road, bamosha izindlela zethu. Imali yama truck meaning izikali. Masipala wethu mina either bangithanda or abangithandi abavula isikali sabo ezimasipala nabo. Lama truck lamanye across la town. Amosha lendlela at the very same time anyathela ini ama cappings or ama stormwater drainage. Angeke iprovince kulungisele lokho. Idila nge-provincial road. So we must have revenue strategies for the municipality in order for the municipality to sustain itself. So as a district, the gap that I've seen is that the district is given mandates, but the mandates are unfunded. The mandates that have got funds are taken by the province and national. Do you know that our own Emalahleni can be categorized to build their own RDPs? Kube nemali leqhamuka kuphi national from human settlement, the province nikeza masipala azakhele maybe at 500 RDPs per year or 300. But we'll rely on the province and national to build us those low cost housing. But lo masipala mnikeze that category or that certificate to say build your own RDPs every month, every year. Sikunikeza imali njenge MIG or INEP. MIG and INEP ngiyazi ukuthi sengiyanilahla izimali nje zamasipala. MIG bayibiza nge-municipal infrastructure grant. INEP it's NH national what grant. Then kunale energy efficiency and so forth. But two masipala before ngathi ngiyabekisa ezinambeni nangathi bhadalani flat rate. Uqala ukuthi wonke umuntu onama room. If 7 alalele ngimnikeza ama options. Wonke umuntu onama rooms before ngathi uyogijimisa ugogo lale RDP kuphela or often liyashiwa abazali nomusa. Cala ngabe umuntu onama room. Uthi as much as ungaka rezone ngeke nguwisele but sengikufakela imeter each and every room ayibhadala igezi yayo. Wena bazokubhadala room lakho igezi abazithengele kithi umasipala nani khadi. Nawuqeda uthi lama shop either wamandiya or abantu abamnyama depending ukuthi shop inganani. As much as akubhadala rent ukuthi usekhaya lakho igezi akayithenge kimi ngumasipala. Uyazibona izinto lezo. Nawuqeda labangani bethu lesibanike ama nama car wash nalaba nama tavern. Uyakibo nabo uthi tavern yakho ingaka kumele ubhadale imali engaka because angithi i-special planning siyasho ukuthi i-rezoning ijobene yangithola kunama commercial business and all that. Yayibona le land ikubheka le or lezi tolo lezi la town check ukuthi is owner kubani nama building la town is owner kubani. Le land iqala la ubheka le emall u-owner kubani ithinto uzobona wena. Ngale bank, do you know ukuthi masipala une land la eRhino Ridge? Une land khona la ubheka ngale ku Davele, ubheka ngale ngale yini eBelladonna. Le ndawo leyo ke ine land masipala. Ungezwe bathi hayi seyithengisiwe ithengisela iMacro. Wena na ungeza umuntu omnyama ufuna ukwenza ibusiness, you won't be given. But nakuza umlungu uzonikeza ngoba usinike imunqamo ungasiyama simnikeze 100 years lease application. Mara nangathi nini vulani studio semedia nakhishwa it will be difficult. Amakawasha ingakho lamalahleni abhadala malini awasebenzisi lamanzi. Do you know that we are owing red water? We are owing the Department of Water and Sanitation. Ngale grill ipipe lamanzi uqabanga balithatha lisuka la Bank Dam. Check ukuthi asikoloti na. How best can we therefore generate revenue? It's not a matter of the municipal official. Sima cancel uma singena singaqhazwa ukugqoka amasudu ngithi I am the employer. Uzobashiya lama official wadeleleni nezazi sola. Uzawubuya sofuna iPWP. Uthole lona le official okulitshela ukuthi I am your employer. When you are up, Don't forget about the ladder that took you up there.
Yeah.
So in short, mfowethu, umasipala wethu right, udinga just revenue generation strategies and investors. Angeke kuvalwe Highveld, kuvalwe Transalloys, kuvalwe Vencam, just because Eskom charge more on their surges. What is it that we must do? Must come in. You know, unbundle. Yes, we need the diversified energy transition, but at the expense of the workers. And they can't allow that because you're losing service. The transition must be proper. Ungamane nje lento igqume. Uvala ilahla wena kube labantu abathi vala ilahla bona bathi sithengisele ilahla. Ayingakho ama truck la eMozambique la eRichards Bay terminal. Awusuka la Emalahleni. Uyalivala bayokuthengisela after 20 years labantu lelahla ngemali high. Igolide imikisa le, let's have processing plant khona la. Emalahleni can have a plant of solars. Must it diversified city. This is a government solar plant. Why kumele sifuna kuyinikeza abantu? Masinikeza abantu young people living with disability. Abo mama lele siphokuthi abashaya impempe asiba include kule economy so that there is no inequality. With that said, the issue of drugs azoreduceka because abantu bazobe basebenza between something. But kakhulu ama officials senza ungathi yazi bafundile kusecala abantu nethi basihlonipha. And nasima cancel si behave kwangathi we are heaven and earth. Let me tell you here, you can learn a lot. Niboya lama IDP. Yes, ama officials, most of them 90% are humble. You have got a very humble MM. Even now, that guy is very humble. Mina kasimngani wami umndebele ngumswati ngasemobeni, but that guy is very humble. MM when Emalahleni is very humble. Together with the directors, abo Matlejwane, abo Nkululeko, umfazi kaPeter Mapua, abo Buthelezi, they are very good. I don't know the corporate. I was told technical, they are very good. But at times, nangikubona humble media unosithole sengine problem as MMC. Bekafuna humble media. Asifuna abanye abantu bakhule, everything must be about me. I will therefore fabricate stories. So I think mfowethu, some of the equipment, some of the material, let's see landabo eJoes, because most of the material electricity, even cable yenziwa eGoli. Let's say yenziwe eGoli, even storage is eGoli. Why singabi nama workshop la industries sithi no ustora la ubhadale rent la? Do you know ukuthi ama officer exaro are in Joburg, Midrand or Centurion? Libona lana babhadala la. Babhadala very less rates and taxes. Mara lama officer abo leTshwane babhadala more rates and taxes. Lana wabhadalisa ama service nezinto ezincane. They must build their offices here, but because they are costing asthma here. But let me just leave that. Just pay me maybe and then I'll advise at the background. Because we need to create sustainable development and change or review our economic strategies. If singanayo LED strategy, we must look at it. When are we reviewing it? Emalahleni is rich, it's filthy rich, my brother. Emalahleni is filthy rich. Bosasol gas pipeline, but Benga la. Iscon polyville in line, la malay namakul enka konala. But outing and jail opening ngizenzele with silence because bathi imali ayuthanda umsini. Bathi ungahleka into zoyizana. Dala umsiphohle kuPetrus Motsepe mara sola ngifane naye ngiphoka umhleka bathi wayihleka into uzofana naye mara ngiyamhleka kimi uPetrus Motsepe nabo Rupel. So Emalahleni is rich, even bantu balana nabangabambana ungafuni computer lomuntu umbona construction of air construction. Lama hotel lawo apha ama shares ngimbuze imall leya kuthiwa kune board community what bobani labathwalele imali kule mall or a KG mall, the community trust fund or the community bobani bayenzani nike nezo bathi Highveld mall iza esikolweni or iyakuphi. I'm challenging them abangikhombe labakwenza lokho bakwenza through bani, or KG mall has done this then why ningayicover nina because isazinile lokho.
So now that you mentioned, we have over 30 mining companies operating across Nkangala, if I have to put it that way, because it's not just in Emalahleni, but in other various areas. Do we by any chance, as either the region or the province, have a development account whereby those royalties are being paid into to develop the community as part of
I don't know.
social labor plan?
I don't know if by any chance. But the late Mamlina Malachi started Nkangala Economic Development Agency. And I'm proud to say that it is moving now. By any chance, that's what I can talk about because I'm in the district. As much as I fall in Emalahleni, but in the district, the baby of Mamlina is now starting to crawl. And they are making sure that baby becomes a legacy. Nkangala Economic Development Agency.
NIDA.
When they launch those projects, I influence that they invite these media houses. So that to bond to lento le yasho ngumamlina bayaqhubeka ngayo. Don't ask me about the profits. Then from there you must also advise. Inita I assist the labo masipala laba 6 when they generate revenue. Mara nangonguza ukuthi iCargo International Airport just said, let me leave that Cargo International Airport just at Delmas. Let me leave it because ngiyobe sengithintisa inkwasama. Abanye ku-right asilweni nikukhansela labanye babe ngala ngafuni kuba everywhere. So about that account, I'm not the Minister of Finance or MMC of Finance.
No, the reason
Please ask them.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is because you've always been in the strategic positions of within the municipalities, both at local level as well as currently at a district level. That's why
I'm telling you,
that.
when I was MMC LED in the district 2016 to 2018, we developed this baby called NIDA.
NIDA,
the
yes.
business plan and everything.
Mhm.
It is starting to crawl now. It will be working. So if you ask me about NIDA, I can tell you. But this interview or this postcard is not about media, about NIDA.
NIDA,
But
yes.
I can tell you a lot about NIDA. And it can happen even here. A number of things that NIDA want to initiate.
Yeah.
Those are very good things. But let's leave that because we are not here for that.
Yeah.
Ask the MEC Finance, the Minister's Finance, and the MMCs responsible for finance on such things, my brother, because here it will be like I'm now taking their space. So not that I don't want to respond, but
not a problem.
I don't know if they've got that account. But I know of Nkulo Trust. I think it is Nkulo Trust is
From Tungela.
Together.
Yes.
I don't know
Tungela.
Serrate if they've got a trust responsible for that. I don't know Exara if they've got a trust responsible for that. I don't know if Highfield Mall have got a trust responsible for that. I don't know those owning the CPD have got a trust.
Yes.
I don't know those with hotels have got a trust responsible for that. I don't know if High Steel and Vanadam have got a trust. I don't know if Samanco have got a trust. You might find that you and Johannes Sender are chowing the man of the community. And when we rise up, Sibo Mswati, he must fall because uvusa lotshani oblele, the community lele. Singayithengela izikipa, iyatoyitoya siyithengela ukudla. Angeke ibone ukuthi sibhizi lapha kulama trust.
Yeah. So now I want to get to the issue of the issues of concern in Emalahleni. I'll make reference with city of Ekurhuleni because it is just adjacent Nkangala district, which is Victor Khanye. When it comes to electricity, we generate electricity. Most of the electricity that is generated in South Africa, it is coming from Emalahleni. Yet, as citizens of Emalahleni, we are not benefiting anything from that generation of electricity in terms of getting subsidies in relation to that, because when I speak of city of Ekurhuleni, I know the residents there, they are being subsidized in terms of electricity. When you buy for the very first time each month, you are being given 100 units and what so forth. That kind of subsidy. Yet the electricity, you mentioned earlier on that we are suffering from asthmatic and other health related issues or rather respiratory related issues that are being caused by the activities that are happening, economic activities that are happening, which is mining as well as burning of all the fossils and all that. That is issue number one. Then we have issue number two, which is water supply. You've been the MMC for technical at a local level, and currently for development planning and development planning. The issue of water. Why do we drink bottled water in Emalahleni? Why don't we just have that? Why don't we have that leverage of having, or rather, go straight to the tap to get water? And we have to now resort to, yet we have mining companies that are utilizing the water as well. And of course, also other contributing factors towards the dirty water that we're getting. I've been seeing reports that it is due to the mining activities that are happening. What are we doing with the quality of water of Emalahleni going forward? Because
I might have been an MMC. I think this needs you to invite maybe the MMCs before they can exit to and respond. Because I can see that we are now speaking more about service-orientated matters, but maybe we come back to the main focus of the interview. Not that I can't respond, no.
Okay.
I can respond to that on the issues of the water, the lab, the chemicals, the age infrastructure, asbestos pipe, what the district must do in terms of the RBIC, what was left by rainwater as a white elephant, what is happening currently, how many megaliters of water does Emalahleni needs per day, our plants, how many can they produce, do we have our plant operators enough to can do all that? I can give you that information, but I don't think the podcast is main about that.
Yes.
But
no, the reason I'm asking that,
counsel us about such
let me
things.
assist
So
you on
it's
that.
not the matter of today.
Yeah, the reason I was asking that is because, I mean, you've been part of the Blue Drop, right? You've walked the journey of the Blue Drop. I think it was in 2019. Yes, 2019 and all that. That's why I've been...
We got a Blue Drop status.
Status,
But our interview or our podcast, I don't think it's main about that.
Yeah.
Because we got that Blue Drop. But there's also a green drop. You know that you know red scorpions, but there are green scorpions. When your sewer keeps on leaking and all that, you can be fine. But let's not go there because it's not mainly part of our interview. One day you can, I'm proposing to all of you, do political broadcast. Call political leaders, speak to political parties to bring their candidates so that we can see what abantu bebangakathengelwa utshwala ukuthi bangikhethe na ngiya understand ukuthi ngikhethelweni na or ngiyomemeza kuphela ngigcine ngithuka abantu. What we are talking about, I think I want to be an audience and pose questions to some candidate.
Okay.
Because whatever that I'm talking about, the political party army or nani khona ngipha yona kusho ukuthi sengikhipha strategy sayo man.
No.
I don't want to go there.
Okay, no, let's drop it.
The public is waiting for the breaking news.
Yeah, for the breaking
news. Ready for the breaking
Okay, you went to Germany, I don't know how many times. Who was funding the trips?
Okay. At one stage, when I went with Mamlina, it was funded by the district with the then Umam Mekis Kosan, who's now the DG of the province. We went there to do waste to energy and bulk regional waste, waste, what they call it, waste landfill site that can generate waste generating to energy, waste doing bricks, certain waste, kind of waste, doing rubbers for shoes and all that. We still have all those things. So yeah, it was funded by the district. And then when I went to China, it was funded by Mega. And then, no, I've been now to Qatar, Dubai, South Korea, but I've been just around Germany and then and Germany. I think I've been in Germany more than 5 times. Salka Provincial, the then provincial chair, Mam Seida Saidel, who's now the MEC Didet, and then the current Salga chair, who's Walter Ngomezu, and the MEC Coxter, Speedy Mashilo. They planned and recommended my name to be part of the only 5 councillors in the whole country to do certain studies and learn about local government. And without being proud or boastful, I can engage on matters of local government. That's why the University of Free State has involved me, or I'm part of the panelist. You'll hear before the end of this week, I'll be there. That's why I don't want to keep on responding to things. I've got life, I've got things to do. So it was funded by SALGA, by the government, and for me to learn. That's why in Mpumalanga, all councillors on their exit plan, I'm the person leading how they must fill up the forms to get their money, how SARS must deduct their money, how they must get their pensions and so forth. The 2-port systems, the 1/3 up until you're 55.
Okay, yeah.
I can tell you all those things. So in short, government, MEGA, and the district at one stage, they did funded these trips that I've been having, and I'll be having them even without them, because I've built relations with the Qatar, South Koreans, and German investors. That's why I don't want to say a lot, but I want us to work. I want us to go industrial. Let's stop making noise and hatred. We need each other. You might think that you don't want someone else. So,
in the interest of time, thank you very much, Mr. Nkosi. I will now be moving over to the panel of media houses, as well as the panel there on the floor as well. I do believe there are people who would like to ask a couple of questions and all that. On the media panel, I did say we do have 100 Spartans Media. We also have Humble Media. We have 013 Golden Circle, Emalahleni FM News, as well as Akho Radio. So, colleagues, you're more than welcome to pop those questions. Let me start at the back, because you've asked a question once. Let me just start at the back, just to be fair and all that. Gentlemen, you may proceed.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Sanibona Ndlofowethu, nabusi nabudadewethu. Mina ngimibuzo emibili nje kuphela. Oqala ukuthi njengoba kunalama allegations abekiwe ngegama laka Mduduzi Mswati kaNkosi. Ama-processes asebenzisiwe ukuthi kuze kufinyelele ukuthi kuyatholakala ukuthi what yini ama-allegations lawo obekelwa wona, and then i-verdict yakhona ithini ekugcineni, and then after that le verdict why ingabekwa emphakathini publicly njengoba kubekiwe lama-allegations akhona. Ngiwona ama-question wami ngingawo.
Okay, next.
Mina, I'm taking questions that I'm seeing from the community that is participating on our live stream.
Yes.
The first one that I will ask is, I won't read the name of the person, but there is a question. Ilogias Pinda. They want to know about what happened to 19 million. I don't know. And also 14,000, but there's a 14,000 and a 19 million that is being repeatedly asked on the platform.
19?
I don't. Maybe you must check with that person without mentioning the name.
Okay, I think they are listening. They are listening.
Okay. What 19 million was it for a project, or it was money given to me? What 14,000? Was it money given to me by the district or the municipality or the ANC? What is it for? So that I'm able, because if you say 19 million, is it the buyback center or what is it?
All right. Yeah, I think the person is listening, and then they will respond.
Oh, yeah,
and
they
then
will
I will take it
respond.
from
Yeah.
there. And then, based on the recent podcast that we've seen, your name being mentioned by Umchitatu Bufunukumbulala, and you also said you've got his contact on your phone. So I just want to ask, maybe, Uti, how's your relationship with him currently, and that of the MM, and also of the CFO? What is your relationship with the three people I've just mentioned?
No, thank you so much. I think you were still taking questions.
Yes,
if
do we
there are-
still have further questions?
Oh,
Okay.
No, thank you so much. One, to my brother, the municipality guy, I hope that you won't be suspended as a municipality employee. I'll just say to you, go to the MM, the legal team of the municipality, Abobabungatau, Abovrishna, go to Coxton, Umamlink Mkala, no MEC, Honorable Mashilo. Let them tell you about Deloitte and Touch, section 136 investigation report. Ask them to also publicize the traffic 20 Emalahleni that has got even the landfill site of Paxton, where invoices, officials were forced to sign invoices while they were in conferences in Joburg. MMCs bebasuka la ne-invoice about sayina zobhadala lo muntu athi little official ngisayine njani ngoba kakawenzi lo msebenzi or ayikho le water bowser or ayikho idozer lapha ya ngiyabekisa yabona. Let it be publicized. Angikhuluma investigation lena less than a year. Lamanye na 10 years, lamanye na 3-4 years.